Hello, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. What's everyone up to? How's everybody's weekend going? School's back in session tonight. Just got your monk to 74, then getting off. Sounds like a plan. Also, I think tomorrow, before reset, I know a bunch of you guys wanted to play Dead by Daylight. So I think tomorrow's stream will be some of that. I know some people are looking forward to that. So we're gonna jump into that a bit tomorrow, I believe. Barry, how are you? I see you are there on YouTube. Appreciate it. What have you been up to? You hope you can play tomorrow night? Yeah, hopefully you can. Does your girlfriend play Dead by Daylight? Both of you guys can. See, that's what I'm not sure if we're gonna get into some custom games tomorrow. I know, like, off stream I kind of wanted to do custom games for sure, but on stream I'm not sure if I'm gonna do custom games on stream or not. Good evening. You're grinding out this Balance of Power quest line. Oh man, you're still at that? She doesn't. Hey Bruzy, how are you? I got this. Just getting everything set up before we get started. Been on that grind at work IRL. Don't got anything too planned tonight. We finished up all of our legacy raids outside of the ones that I have to do solo. Got a quest line in Dragonflight at some point I need to do. My current main, the Druid, is I think I've done everything I needed to do on retail on them. Other than doing some like heroic raid or mythic keys. But I don't really plan on getting up to that tonight. I was trying to figure out like what people kind of do on retail these days, because I'm just kind of new to playing retail recently, and I was like browsing through the pre-made groups. Doesn't really seem like anybody's out in the questing tab. The delves tab are pretty empty. The dungeon tab, it looks like a lot of mythic keys are still run because it was pretty busy. The raid tab was like fairly busy. But then like everything else kind of dead. The rest of that shit is dead. Yes, I see my multi-chat is currently working. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it works the rest of the night. But I do see him saying, you down to do some boost tonight. I have no idea what to do on retail right now too. Absolutely. I mean, I could start that right now, and we can kind of discuss because I need some freaking support on like where to even begin on stuff. Like I'm wanting to play retail because I need to practice it and like prep for midnight and just collect stuff. Oh my goodness. Well, I am so sorry for that, guys. I have family over for Christmas and they brought their dog, and it was not happy. I moved them to a different room. Hopefully there's no more of that. I have to sleep soon. I have an appointment at 8 a.m. I see. That's no problem, Ash. I appreciate you stopping by. Good luck in your appointment. Hopefully that all fixed out, because this is the appointment you had to reschedule, right? Bruzy, do you ever PvP? So I would do like battlegrounds. I'm kind of, I don't know. See, like the only thing I could really do right now is like battlegrounds, because I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know my own class and spec I'm currently playing. So then, like, let's just specifically talk Druid because that's what I've been playing most the past 2-3 months on Remix and then a bit on retail now. I've been playing Bounce Druid this whole time with like 10-20% Guardian, and then on retail I'm like Resto. Of these three specs, I couldn't even tell you like the perfect playstyle on those three specs. So if I can't even like do my own specs, let alone class, how am I supposed to step into arena, solo blitz? I think that is another thing. I can't remember what that's called. Uh, or even like rated battlegrounds versus 12 other classes. I have no idea what they do. So like I haven't played not professional. I shouldn't have used that word. I haven't played like hardcore or serious PvP since like Cataclysm, which is so long ago. And even then it was like not even my main thing. It was just like I had everything else done. Like I had raids done. I farmed like pretty much every achievement. So I was like the only achievements I had left were that's what I'm trying to find here. Were the arena ones. So I started to grind up to 3s. And so my highest rating was 2197, I believe. So I got like this achievement and I was playing, see, back in 11. I was playing Unholy Death Knight, and then we had a Resto Shaman and a Holy Pally we swapped between. And my other DPS was either a Rep Paladin or a Warrior. And like that's to that level, that's the most I played in arena. But and then rated BGs, like, do I have some things? Like, I didn't even play too much rated BGs because it wasn't really a thing until kind of I stopped playing. So 2014, 10 years ago is roughly that's kind of when I quit playing, was 2014. So I didn't get too far into that. But it's not something I'm like not against playing. I think in Midnight we'll get into some PvP, especially like I know Ash really likes it, and you can have some like pretty good fun in Battlegrounds. And I'm hoping the community gets big enough that is war games still a thing? I thought someone said you could talk to a vendor to set up war games. And I think doing some war games amongst our community would be pretty cool. Ash did, um, how loud was that dog barking? I tried to mute it as quick as possible. It literally scared the shit out of me. I couldn't imagine what it did to you guys, because I'm not used to having it behind me. And it was just chilling there, so I was like, hopefully it'll be fine. But then when somebody knocked at my front door, it just went berserk. Could be fun to noob queue with the guild in Midnight. Well, yeah, I mean that's what I think. So do a couple like Arathi Basin lumber mill launches off the cliff, and like just some fun trolley stuff. But that's what like I've tried to been upfront with everyone that joins the channel and the community, and when I invite them to continue, if they want to go a little bit further and join like the guild, I like straight up in front with them, like there won't be any mythic raiding in the guild at like the current level. So when Midnight comes out, whatever that raid's called, there's no shot we ever do mythic. But I do plan on attempting normal and heroic. I would like to full clear both of those, and I would like to get some fun BGs going for that. But for PvP, like further than that, do I expect rated BGs that I'm in or hosting? Unlikely. Like I don't see that really happening. I know Ash is big into PvP, and so are the others. I think Mr. Vibe, he's around. He's really good. I think he said he's like very high up. So will there be smaller groups of arena? Absolutely. But to say like the guild's gonna focus on that, I would say pretty unlikely. But I'll always be down for some like fun BGs for sure. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't hear it. Well, I'm hoping you guys didn't, because holy god, it was loud. It's a small dog, so it was like, as like that shrieking bark, literally made me jump. Oh, wrong character I just logged into. I'm just setting up the second account here. Which did you wanted like a leveling boost, right? Epoch, what is up tonight? Just slowly getting set up everything. Talking a bit about kind of what we should get up to over the next month. Because I was browsing the pre-made groups, and let's see what's empty before I say where we're gonna go. I was browsing the pre-made groups on retail just a moment ago, and I was saying like there's not too much going on retail, and that's what stepping right into it from not playing it so much. I don't really know like exactly what I should be doing outside of like just gearing, and just gearing I just know I mean I know what I need to do. I just need like a massive group behind it, like to either raid or to do some high M plus keys. So outside that, like what is everybody doing? Yeah, there's somebody farming there, which I figured there'd be. I need to push solo shuffle more for now. Yeah, and that's what like any rated B arena stuff, I would get flamed so hard. There's not a shot. That's what like there's so many abilities out there, and I don't even know my own class and spec. I could only imagine how bad that would go if I queued into any rated PvP. I don't even want to like I don't even want to think about that. So that's what I think any type of PvP content is just like unless the noob queue into random BGs, that's like as far as I can go for PvP until midnight at least, and then when I start to learn everyone's stuff, then we'll kind of change up idea. Holy, there's somebody farming here. So whoever forms this group, let's see if we can get onto like a dead server. Let's see if I can even invite. Let's see, I'll fly out here on my alt account and see if it's empty on my alt account. I have 400% and want some horde alts. Well, that's, um, yeah, I'll get you in here in 1 second here. I'm just farming, trying to get a server we can farm on without people farming also. But housing mainly, that's what I was like kind of thinking was like leveling up my house, like collecting decor and stuff. But that is like one thing. I don't want to be doing that every night. I like to change things up. So that's why I like to, we'll level some nights. We'll do some mythic key boosts because I get the odd people that need that as well. One night, and then another night we'll do some old raids for the mount farm. Yeah, it looks like my alt has a good server, so I'll invite myself here. Okay. Alright, let me know your in-game name. Bruzy and Fairy, who either join the community and then we can invite through there. Or let me know if you're Horde, I can invite you just by your character name. Yeah, I'll need character name and server, so I also need the server. Yeah, just let me know when you're in. Yeah, it's good to take breaks from games, especially like right now when there is not that much to do. Or even just like play both games at the same time, where one night you do one thing, another night you do another thing. Absolutely is a good idea. Oh, now can I invite? Let's see if I give this guy a lead, does it swap me servers? Hopefully not. What is going on here? Oh, I see what's wrong. There's no space there. I'm. Yep, I see. I see what's the matter here. There we go. Fix that. Then I should be good to start pulling. Make sure you turn on heroic mode. Or I don't think. All right. There's room. There's room. I have spots for both Epoch and you, Juju. Just send everything up. I need to push PvP. It's just long queues are boring. Well, that's what I think it goes hand in hand with kind of that not everyone is playing right now. I think people are playing other games because there's not that quite stuff left in WoW right now. And that's what something I would like to, in these downtimes, the fun stuff is gonna have to be made from like a community to kind of invent fun, because you've probably, if you've been playing this whole time, you probably, and your ambition is to full clear raids or mythic pluses, then you've probably done that. And same for like PvP, depending on what your ambitions were in the game, you probably have achieved them already this late. So now you're like, well, what do I do this last like 3 months? At this point, like 2 months, but and a lot of people's same thing was like, I'm just gonna take a little break from WoW. But my issue is like, I'm just starting to go to WoW on retail, so I'm like, there's so much I have to do. I don't even know where to begin. And then it's like some of the stuff you need a group of people to come do it with you. And there's nobody around because everybody's on their little like break at the end of the expansion. Get online then. It can be Horde or Alliance, whatever class, or not class, whatever race you want. I figured out after about a month of power leveling people, I figured out the whole time I could have been doing Horde or Alliance, because I was turning away Alliance before. And then figured out that in Remix it can be Horde or Alliance. Well, actually somebody said even on retail now it can be Horde or Alliance. The only thing you have to be careful of is if you're doing war mode stuff, and you can do the quests in war mode together, you just have to be careful not to kill your friend because friendly fire is on. Touch grass and touch ass. That's the last things you do at the end of an expansion. Nah, I'd rather play video games. I touch enough grass at work. I can get a low-key vibe. Yogi's gonna turn me into a goon lord. So all of his comments are like talking about goth girls, feet pics, and everything else in between. Yeah, the end of expansion is always dead. If any new MMOs come out, it's silent. Well, that's what what's that? What's that one MMO that just, I think it's in beta. They're testing it this weekend or last weekend. Oh shit, I can't remember what that one was called because I had a couple of my friends going to go try that out. It was the one that was supposed to come out like years ago. Like it was literally supposed to drop the same time New World came out, and New World had a full game and died by the time they released it. Ashes of Creations, that's what it is. It was like on the tip of my tongue. I was like, what is it? What is it? What is it? But yeah, that like beta or alpha came out last weekend, I think. Or was it this weekend? I can't even remember now. When you get in, just let me know. You can, if you are Horde, you can give me your in-game name and your server. But if you're Alliance, you'll have to join the community. And you just click Find Community, Cross Faction, type in Dark and Blood, and I'll be the only option there. And then when you get in here, make sure you turn on Heroic World Mode. If you're level 10, put 1 point into your weapon. And I came to the server to have nobody here, and the second I start, somebody comes and farms. What a tragedy. Talk about not lucky. But that's what a bunch of people wanted to do, some Dead by Daylight. So I said probably tomorrow we'll check that out for a bit. My kind of loss is like I'm trying to grow the community, and any other game other than WoW kind of defeats that purpose at the moment because my community is too small to be seen unless there's something that drives them to the channel. And that's where like I've been able to help people out. I've been like down in Orgrimmar, well not so much Orgrimmar, Stormwind and Donegal, just like chatting people up. Hey, Bruzio4, appreciate that follow. Welcome, welcome. Are you switching over from YouTube? Is that what that was actually? I appreciate you dropping that follow. Welcome. If you haven't, and then you did join the Discord as well, right? Yeah. Well, that's what I can see both chats, but the app I use to stream is Streamlabs, and I've noticed everybody else uses Steam Elements. And when I like looked up the difference before I started streaming, it was like Streamlabs is beginner friendly, and the other one is like once you know kind of what you're doing, but it is better. And my Streamlabs multi-chat like always doesn't work. So like I start with it, but then once it crashes, then I have to like tab between YouTube and Twitch, and I usually like don't keep up with it as often, but my bigger viewership's always on Twitch, so I always have it up front. So I'm always reading Twitch, and then if I get carried away, sometimes I even miss YouTube, but I just blame this app for crashing on me. I wish it would just work. Because I even paid the subscription for the premium version. What's up? Or what's good, Dark Declax? How are you tonight? Yeah, we're just doing a bit of leveling tonight, discussing kind of like what everybody is kind of up to over this next month. Their kind of goals in WoW, and conclusive is like some are leveling, some are taking a break from WoW, but everyone kind of gets the struggle of there's not much going on retail. And do I have a big enough community to invent some fun? That's what I was testing out a couple days ago how open world PvP still works to see if we should do some raids on some towns. But I didn't really know how it would turn out because of war mode, how that's set up. But someone mentioned war mode doesn't matter in cities. You're just like fully flagged or something like that, I'm guessing. No matter war mode or not. But I didn't really get that because there was plenty of people in the city that I couldn't attack, and so I assumed they couldn't even attack me. So I don't know how that works exactly. And then a lot of people are doing housing, of course, which I can definitely get into that. Oh. I'm just mine to Grando collection transmog build an alt army. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing myself, but I like to a lot of that stuff you kind of would be better off kind of doing it solo. So like any raid content that is legacy, you benefit doing it solo because like let's say a pet drops, a mount drops, a specific transmog that you really wanted. If you were in a group doing it with someone when you didn't need to be, you now have to role verse them to obtain that item. So you're like at a disadvantage doing legacy raids with people. So that's why we do Dragon's Flight here as a community because it's not a legacy raid. So we actually benefit from having more people in the group because then more drops. And then the collection stuff, like that's kind of that. Plus there's achievements. Now, is there certain achievements you could do as a group that give you decor or something like that, or I actually don't know because the inexperience of playing retail lately. Like I don't know what achievements people are focusing on. I think we should get half Hall of Fame neighborhood going with the guild. Well, we actually have a neighborhood with the guild actually. It's called it is called, what is it called? Oh, the Quack House. Because one of our first mod we had to this channel name is Ducks. So Ducks Quack, and then Quack House sounds like Crack House. So I thought that was a perfect name for the community. It's a little humor, and it's fits the neighborhood. Theme. I'm gonna have shower beer back. Hopefully I can stay active. Not a problem, not a problem. You definitely won't DC because I had someone that was like level 15 or something like that, and he was like, I need to get to bed, I'm gonna log off, and I was like, if you don't mind leaving your computer on, just stay in the group and I'll finish leveling it. And he didn't even have max XP rates. His actually was quite low, and he stayed in all the way to 80. So when he woke up that next day, he was like probably balling. War mode in city is a choice for home faction. Oh, okay, okay. Alt army all day. That's what my alt army's already leveled. Now I could do professions. I haven't even attempted doing any of that, so that's something I could do, is start getting professions going. But actual leveling, I'm done, and then like I could gear them up, but I'm kind of disappointed on like doing delves 11. Like knocking a 5 time walking on each character, that's very achievable, and that would give me 1 hero piece a week. But like doing delves, they're actually like very time consuming. Even like on my highest geared character, which is 704, which I know isn't like as high as it gets, because everyone would be like 730. But I feel like 704 is pretty good, especially when we're talking to the delve level, and they can still take like half an hour, like when you run solo, which is kind of insane for something that I think I overgear, being 704 into delves, and then it still takes half an hour to clear one. And then you need to clear like for your vault, if you want max drops, you need like 8, I think. 8. So I'd have to do 8 tier 11 delves. And then for the quests, I'd have to do, what is it? It's 3 for the, yeah, I think it's 3 for the quest, which the quest isn't that important, but the getting the gilded crest, that's pretty good, and you need 3 for that. But I looked up a guide on a random website. They said demon hunters are really good for delves, so one of my next characters I was going to gear was going to be a demon hunter to see like how much quicker they can boost through them. So then maybe I just start like running duos delves, and then we got the old Death Knight set up. Hey, appreciate that Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Ruzio4, big dubs in the chat for you. But yeah, if you would like to join the guild in game, you can go to Guild Finder, type in Darkened Blood. If you're Horde, you can do this route. If you're Alliance, you have to do the longer route. You have to like either be in my party, we could do it that way, or you can join the community and then I can invite you through the community. Blizzard made it such a hassle inviting cross faction characters. If you're looking for things for community, I recommend transmog and housing comps. Well, okay, so outside of, because I kind of discussed that a little bit, for let's specifically talk transmog. Do community transmog things. And then we currently do Dragonflight raids together. What else would it be valuable doing as a community outside that? Because any raid older than that, we get into like the legacy raids where you're at a disadvantage doing it in a party. Like, cause one, they're very soloable. As far as I'm aware, I've been told everything prior to Dragonflight is very soloable. You get the same amount of loot as if you did it solo or in a group. The difference being, if you're in a group, you would then have to compete versus each other to roll on items that if there was no one in the group and you just did it solo, you would get it because there's no one else to roll versus. So is there something else out there that would be good to do as a community for transmog and collection? The actual housing stuff is just like decor hunting maybe, or just that actual building and then showing each other what you've done, because like that is something we did a bit the one day and I need to get more into that. I haven't been to my house since that first day it came out and we made the neighborhood, and I actually enjoyed it, because I played it on the beta as well. I just haven't had the time to swing back there. I figured I'd go out and farm a bunch of transmogs, collect decor while we do that, gear up while I get some decor, and then come back to it like over the next 4 weeks. Linked my wife's account for the Prime sub. Let's go. Let's go. Now that's a definition of for the boys right there. Okay, you could stream yourself running old content and soloing and display the gear you got, or compare with others what they got, turning it into competition, or share within the guild. Any gear you don't need for transmog goes into the community vault for everyone to share. Transmog 20 as a... What? I mean, BOEs... Like, legacy raid gear isn't tradable, right? Just again, I apologize. I haven't been around for so long. I don't know what's changed. I'm assuming you just mean like greens that we get that we don't need, that could be transmogged, or a popular transmog choice could be put into a vault. Legacy drops a lot of BOEs. Oh, really? Okay. And the displaying the gear thing, that's what in the Discord we have a screenshot section that I push people to share off their mogs in there, because and then at one point here we're also going to do like a transmog competition. That's what I've been saving up a bit of gold to be able to give out to people for different events and some game time. Why not competition between players to show off their mogs houses? That's what I mean, more so about the comps. I feel like the whole point going for transmog and decor. Yeah, well that's what we definitely, I've discussed that. So a couple things that I've set up and talked about before for the community and Discord and whatnot. And I'm just going to discuss the ones I have talked about before, because I want to keep some surprise. But so we've talked about doing housing competitions. We've talked about doing mount and transmog competitions. Those ones are like kind of the given obvious ones. And then one more specifically that I don't know if anyone's done before, because other people have done those ones before. And they're always cool. But I also want to do something new from my community. So the one kind of secret event we were going to host as a community when we had like, I think I said when we get about 100 people, what we're gonna do, and the goal at first was to do it on a hardcore server, and I'll explain why. I've never played hardcore before, but there's a reason why, and not to guarantee it's gonna be there, it just, to me at the time, made sense. So what we were gonna do is we were all gonna make a bunch of level 1s, and then we're gonna go, there was gonna be a big prize, whatever it may be, and we'd all go down. I'd have a warlock summon us to the Guribosh arena, and all 30, or sorry, all like 100 of us would fist fight in the arena for 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, if you die, you can remake a new level 1 and rejoin, and just like, and we'll resummon you back. So there'd be like an endless fight for 30 minutes. And then the thing is, if someone has a higher level and they go in, they could go in, but now you got a horde of Zerg level 1s that would turn on you, because like we would all just turn and fight the higher level, and it would just be like a massacre in there. And then anyone higher level risking a character getting beaten to death by like a bunch of level 1s, like it just turned out into a whole like war. And then the last person in there at 30 minutes amongst the like that's what one thing I thought about after kind of discussing it before with the community is like, what's stopping a high level going in there last second, and it would take a while for level 1s to beat them down. That's what anyone that's not level 1 would have to register pre-start what level character they were bringing in. So then we also would know to expect, like, hey, at some point an X amount, like a level 40 is going to jump in. But it can't, and then I'll have to have like some rule that it can't be within the past 5 minutes. Now a random person could jump in still, but then that's what the whole community, you get 100 level 1s turning on you. And some people might be like level 5 by the time all said and done. From just exploring, if people are running down there. But that's what, like, I think at least attempting that, who knows how it would actually go, but I think it would be something funny to witness. And I would hope, like, I would try to make it somewhat like public that we were doing the event, and I'd hope even more people joined in, but you never know. Legacy loot stays pretty much the same, just an increased drop rate if 2 expansions older. Your stupid Discord keeps deleting my memes. I know why, I'm just annoyed. Yeah, I mean, I need to adjust some things. So I know the meme channel, I have to allow, why it's stopping some or deleting some people's memes is because they are adding a certain person or adding some like comment to it. And because there's a comment, that's why it gets deleted. So I have to adjust that comments can be put in there. I'm just like streaming and YouTube. This was all brand new to me. I had like no idea what I was doing, and I still don't. So I learn as I go. So that is something I know I need to fix. I know I need to add more voice channels because we've been getting people starting to hang out in there. And I know if they're doing something kind of important, it's good that there's more channels so people can be in different ones. And I probably need to make like my first Discord moderator, so in case I'm not around, like even at work I keep an eye on my Discord, but for some reason if I can't, I should have another one to, if someone's like going crazy in the Discord, they should be able to remove them or mute them. But yeah, it's unfortunately kind of a learning curve for me, and I'm trying to get it. We're going to add a Dead by Daylight channel because I didn't realize that a big part of the community plays the game. So I'm going to add that in there as well. Dark, you're Canadian, right? Yes, yes I am. Yeah, and that was like my hope to see is like very chaotic. There, because one thing I've said a bunch of times is what every event I do. Okay, I shouldn't say every event, but like majority of the events I do here, I want them to be in some shape or form equal across everybody. It doesn't matter how much, if one person got to play 100 hours where you can only play 10 hours a week. So I don't want gear or item level or something like that to let you have like a higher chance of winning. And I also don't want skill level. So even if, let's say, the 100-hour person still wasn't the greatest at the game and the 10-hour person was like just a beast, I don't want him to just win because he's so much better. So that's what most of the events here are going to be like as fair as I can get. And that's why I think if I get, we're all level ones just going in there fist fighting it out, it'll be very like chaotic and somewhat even odds for everyone, because I already know like it's not going to be perfectly even because people could form up free like parties. So there'll be like stuff like that that could happen. And they would have to then split the award because in the end there's only going to be one winner for that specific event. But that's what I'm going to try to make it as even for everyone. But I don't imagine throughout all the events I plan to host that some of them will have certain things that more time played or expertise in the game will give you an advantage. But for the most part, I would like to try to keep them as even as I can get them. That's what I feel like. The communities out there in WoW that I've seen personally are either very hardcore PvE stuff or very hardcore PvP stuff. And I don't plan on getting into either of those. And like from my personal preference, I never would see myself in a PvP one. Could I end up in a PV, like a hardcore PvE guild? Absolutely. It could happen. I've been there, done that throughout my WoW career. But I don't really expect I don't see my community ever going that way. It would just something I would do as like a solo adventure in my personal time, because that's raiding at a hardcore level. I've done that most of my WoW career. I'm not gonna lie, I passed out, I'm head out. Yep, have a good night, Ash. Good luck in your interview, not interview, appointment tomorrow. Hopefully all goes well. In retail at level 1 versus level 20, the level 1 gets one shot. I'm gonna send Duck memes to. Yeah, that's what I need to fix that meme chat. That's on me, my bad. Um, but yeah, that's why I think doing it on hardcore. Why I wanted to do it on hardcore. One, I've seen videos where like this was years and years ago, but there was like a bunch of level ones that fought a max level mage, and the mage just like, I think he ends up dying. Just I don't remember if it was a lag or just like the sheer amount of people hitting him. That's why I don't quite remember how that went out, and maybe that's something that might end up ruining the event if a level 60 jumps in. But my kind of thought process is if like the community gets to 100 people, we're a fairly big WoW community then, and I think it would become somewhat more public. So then if 160 jumps in and he's getting zerged by a bunch of level 1s, another 60 might even jump in to kill that 60. Well, there's like, because he's not paying attention to all the level 1s beating on him. And then if we do it on a hardcore server, when you die as a level 1, you'd have to recreate and get a resummon, where if we didn't do it on a hardcore server, you could just keep running back and respawning. So both are options, but I thought if I had like, I'd probably end up needing probably like 4 warlocks or 2 warlocks at least, and just having an endless summon. I thought it would be better just keep summoning the level ones back, but again, there is more thought to be put into it, but that was just kind of me brainstorming one day and then discussing it with the community and hearing their feedback to see if there's any changes that would improve the event overall. What part of Canada? I believe I've said it before. I'm not quite sure actually. I am like East Central. I guess that kind of gives it out. And at some point you could probably like find my IP. So, I am from Ontario. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine the information's out there. I just, you never can be too careful with putting certain information out on the internet. So that's why I'm pretty cautious about that stuff, especially when the current schooling I'm doing is to end up myself as a cyber security. So I need to be, I have that kind of in my mind. Yeah, exact address. Yeah, that's what I'll give you my address and socials, my PIN number, etc. I mean, I have a long way to go, but that's where I would like to end up. I think in that field, like after this first year goes through, it's at that I'm pretty much immediately I have to decide which way I'm going, and that my option was like I have a bunch of friends in programming already, and playing video games a lot. Like it makes sense, but at the same time, I'm not against going to cloud or cybersecurity. So I've been like kind of broad on my classes and the stuff I'm took this year, and just getting general knowledge of actual terms and like the basic IT stuff, because like if for some reason I decided throughout this year or next year, if I was like, you know what, actually none of this is for me, everything I learned this year is still applicable to playing video games. Like if my computer ever crashed, if I ever had errors, if I was in a different career and something crashed or had errors, I could know how to fix it or build my like exactly like actually my class I took this year helped me somewhat understand putting this computer together. Now I still got lots and lots of help, but I knew the gist of certain things that did benefit me throughout this project. How long do you think it'll take to finish up leveling to 50? Well, the one thing that sucks kind of is somebody else is leveling here, so that slows it down a bit. But what's your XP bonus? Or do I have you in this group? One's Epoch, one's Fairy, one's Bruzy. Yeah, you're the lot. Which one are you? You don't seem like a Toronto man, so I'm gonna assume you're small town Southern Ontario kind of guy. Well, I'm not gonna say any comment to that, but Um, yeah, it's not fully. I was. See, I mean, Ontario's so big. Even if I say where I was born, I was born in a major city. I'll say that. So I am not a Toronto person in the sense that that's not how I act, and you're completely right about that, because those people can be crazy. Um, but you don't have to always be like the area you grew up in. You might actually learn from people's mistakes. I just happen to be maybe mature enough to realize what's right and wrong. I'm not in, just asking a general question roughly. Well, yeah, what is your XP bonus? Because like that would vary how long it takes drastically. Like for an example, it could take like 40 minutes in this group to get to 80, but if you have no experience boost, it's like between an hour and a half to 2 hours depending on how rough everything goes. I got a level 50 mage up next to get done. Like you just want to go from 50 to 80? Well, that'll go pretty quick because 70 to 80 is insanely fast. Hamilton for sure, we're probably neighbors. Could be, you never know. 120 with some stacks of the T-Runner, mate. Yeah, so if you're just trying to get 50 to 80, shoot, I would probably say like 20 minutes, even that low of XP. Because like 70 to 80 literally is like so fast, like 5 minutes. So I would guess some like 20 minutes probably. And then we have a couple of spots opening up soon actually. Two of them are in their halfway through 60. One's in the 50s, so they're not far off honestly either. So what did everybody ask Santa for Christmas this year? Ten more all boosts? Well, that actually might actually come true. You must have been a good boy this year. What I asked Santa this year was for ducks to start recruiting to this in-game guild that he said he was gonna run. At the moment, it's me out here in the streets, all by myself. And I was like, I don't even want this guild. And he's like, we gotta make an in-game guild for the community. I was like, I don't got the time to do this. We need to make a guild. It's for the community. And I'll run it, he said. Run it straight into the ground, maybe. I asked for WoW tokens. I know amongst our mods and longtime viewers, I know we one night did discuss doing a couple giveaways for Christmas, and game time and gold were kind of the two things on that right now, because like I'm not partnered with YouTube, so like even though I ended up getting over 120,000 views on my YouTube videos for Legion Remix in a month, I didn't like get any finances from that. But that's what like in time, hopefully, if we play our cards right, we'll get the community big enough to get that YouTube partnership, where then I'll get some ad revenue over there, and then we can probably get a little bigger giveaways. But for now, it's just gonna be like the standard gold game time type thing. I mean, because honestly, like, if you were in this stream the first month, you'd have a lot of experience in my old PC. Like, I'm currently streaming on my new one, and I invested into kind of this path. I spent $5,000 on my current PC to be able to like stream, make YouTube content, and play games, run multiple clients at the same time without crashing. In comparison to my first one, where my audio during stream would literally cut out for like 5 minutes, and then it would have to like reboot itself, and then we had like frequent crashes and blue screens and all that. So like I know what the struggle can be, and that's what, like, depending on how big we grow, I would be very happy being able to like grant people like new PCs and stuff for like holidays and stuff. Because I've been through the trenches, and if you're at all like somewhat competitive in a game and you just die because of your computer or crash, and then die because of that or lose a game, is so beyond frustrating. I used to be like really big into League so many years ago, and man, anytime I lagged in that game, I'd get so triggered. Luckily, I have a friend that had us to play on the worst internet ever, and most of my life, my internet's been like at least respectable. So I can't imagine those who have to struggle through like the, he has, what was that internet called? Is Seagate? No, not Seagate. That's a component. Frig, what is that? I can't remember now. He's from the States, and he has a company that was always so bad, and then somebody, Starlink? No, that's not it. That's that new one. Frig. Nah, I can't remember it. But somebody, I think someone in this community had it. And I was like, CenturyLink? No, that's not it. Someone early on in this community was having massive lag problems, and I asked him whose company do you use for internet? And he said the exact same one my friend had, and I was like, I know your struggles. No, it's not that one either. Santa came early and it was a PC. You really are Santa? Ducks isn't for the boys, clearly. No, I know. Starting and growing a community before midnight is smart. Midnight's gonna go crazy. I hope so. The one thing that I kind of see happening at the same time though is like if I don't get to a certain growth, Because like right now, surprisingly, me keeping to like a set schedule, by the graces of God or Johnny Cash himself, um, people get recommended to my channel. And once midnight comes out and every like streamer from big and WoW and the ones that like ride highs in different games and they bounce around, it will be impossible to grow like at the start of midnight. So then I'll just fall like below the sheets and nobody will see anything. Yo, what's up, Austin? Sorry for the late reply. I'm behind in some of my messages. I'm trying to catch up. How does the power leveling work? So I just invite you to the group, and then you just either hang out and chat, AFK, whatever you feel you want to do, and you just hit 80. It's quite easy. The only thing, like when you get invited, if you're level 10, you'll have to swing over, turn on heroic mode, and then put 1 point in your weapon. If you're level 10, uh, that's the only time you have to do that, because once you're past level 10, the game like automatically does it. And then you just hang out here. When you hit 71, you have to log out and then log back in right away because the XP buff gets bricked at 71 for whatever reason. And then yeah, you just ding 80. Depending on how much XP bonus you have is how long it ends up taking. But if you got max XP bonus of the 400%, you're looking like 40 minutes from 10 to 80. Chestnut checkers from Style Druid. Buddy's picking up streaming at the right time. Well, the streaming was never in my cards, and making content on YouTube was not in my cards at all. Like, I was out there working full-time hours, and I actually like started to go back to school for something else because I'm currently just like a warehouse manager. So I went back to school to join like the tech field because I liked on my current job I get to travel like 2-3 times a year, and I love traveling and I love trying like different cultures' foods. So I was like, okay, I need a job that pays even more, pretty much double what I'm currently making to like then I can do like 5 to 6 vacations a year or trips. And I feel like that's respectable for like how I want to live. So that's what I was doing, and then I was like just playing Legion Remix for fun. And then that's what the whole story of like there were no YouTube videos out there for Legion Remix that weren't like complete clickbait, and they were just like a waste of me watching a video for 20 minutes. So I was like, you know what? I'm out here grinding Legion for the first 3 days. I stumbled upon some like it ended up being the best farms out there because I put out Arcway, I put out the quest line in Suramar farm, and I put out syntax farming, like every best something, the quickest way to get eye level, the quickest way to power level. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just one of you guys. I imagine you guys are sick of watching 20-minute long clickbait videos as well. So I'm just gonna throw together this. My first video I think was a minute 30, the most scuffed thing you've ever seen in your life. But it was like the content in it was like real, and that's what the having no subs and no viewers, and then over the first month of Legion Remix, I got like roughly 500 subs and over 120,000 views on my, I think I had 9 videos in total through that whole month. And it was just like, again, the quality is not good. I have no idea what I'm doing, but the content was good, and people just appreciated that. They're just like, thank you for the short, to the point, actual good content. And then from there, I was like, well, I'm so strong because I was like doing these certain things, and people were just starting the game like a week in, and some was like, well, I don't mind helping any of you guys if you need, because at that time open world farming was still available before they nerfed it. So I was like, open world, when I'm open world farming for infinite power, I have no problem if you guys want to join my group and like level along me, because like your first character with no XP buffs and you're out questing, you're looking at like an 8 to 12 hour minimum farm, where if you just were in my group and just AFK'd while I was farming infinite power, you could get from 10 to 80 back then in like, it was like 3 hours, 2.5, something like that is what I was having people do, because I was one at a different location. I was farming in Saramar, like right here somewhere, right in there. And so that's what I just had a bunch of people from YouTube adding my battle tag, and I was just leveling them up. And then over a while, people just like said, "You should start streaming, bro. Like I'd watch you." And then I started streaming just because they asked that. I had like kind of no intent on doing it, and then just that's kind of how we're here now. That's me right now, so relatable. RAM is mad expensive. I mean, everything at this point was mad expensive. I usually when I so I this was the first time I built my own PC. I always bought pre-builds from cybersecurity or no, not cybersecurity, cyber power. But the last one I bought, I spent $600 in cross-border taxes, and that was before like COVID and everything going on right now with like the trade wars between our two countries. So like I could only imagine what it is right now. And back then when it's at 600, I was like, yo, I ain't doing this no more. Uh, Austin, if I have a spot available for you if you want to log over and I can get you in here. So, but yeah, that's what I was like, okay, I gotta buy in Canada. And then I went to spend my usual budget of $2,000 on a PC. And I was like, well, this shit's out of date because 2,000 does not take me anywhere. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend 3,000. Somehow it went from 3 to 5. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, I ended up spending 1,000 on my RAM. I got two 32 sticks for a DDR5, and then the what's my processor? The 780 3D times 3 3D, something like that. So no, not the 780. No, I'm not 9,800. 9,800 3D something. And then my graphics card, I was gonna get a 580, but after I was already like way over my budget, I ended up going with the 570 Ti. Typical League players up in there too. Should I go grab that level 70? You don't have to go get the 70 XP bonus, only if it's your first time leveling. If you've already collected on another character, it automatically gets added to your account. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on chat, everyone. Um, growth at any rate is still growth, brother. Little break. How does the power leveling work? How do I know what my XP bonus is? If you hover your infinite power thing in the top right, it'll tell you your XP. I'd call it fate, man. Holy shit, logging out back in makes a difference at 70. Yes, it does. Oh, Dux, how are you? I just seen you now. Sorry for the late response. How was, wait, was it hockey night? Did you watch some hockey? Yes, Burzy. Well, yeah, we'll have everyone. Was this person coming back? I wasn't paying attention. I was gonna get I'm gonna get Austin in here because he was waiting, then I'll get you right back in. I have like 3 spots opening up. I need Austin, I need your server name as well. If you're Alliance, you're actually gonna have to join the community because I can't invite Alliance otherwise. So to do that, you go to hit J, hit find community, click cross faction, type in Darkened Blood, and I'll be the only option there. But if you're Horde, just your in-game name and the server you're on, I can get you invited. I think you're going at it the right way, man. Well, I appreciate that, and that's what I'm hoping to do. The actual content here, because there's one doing it, but what am I bringing to the table? And I'm hoping to bring kind of this vibe of like, for the most, will we ever get hyped? I mean, absolutely. So from time to time, I get a little loud, but I don't plan on screaming 24/7. And I plan on being big about the community because I feel like that's what WoW kind of needs, and it doesn't have much of right now. So I want to be able to like help people out as I do it like this. I actually come from a pretty hardcore background from PvE. I've played in Race to World First guilds, so I have that. I'm able to teach to that level, but with like this low, not screaming at people vibe, because I've never been kind of about that. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to do, is like to put out real guides on classes and in-game things without 20 minutes longs of clickbaiting. But at the moment, and probably for the damn near future, unfortunately, you guys get to bear with my horrible ass quality. It is, in my opinion, it's a steep learning curve for that stuff, and I'm trying to improve on it. But from going from like no plans and doing that stuff to into the deep end, it's been a struggle. I've made videos that I just straight up delete because I'm like, this is bad. but I promise you, I'm trying to keep the quality, or the quality of the video, or the quality of the context in the video important and well. You joined the guild? I just joined the community. Is there anything else I need? Nope, I'll just send you an invite. I'm not sure. I can't remember who this was. Somebody DC'd though. Not a problem, not a problem. Wait, so who was I all inviting here? We were gonna get Austin in here. Oh yeah, Austin and D-Clax. I still need you in here. Oh, oh, why didn't you go all the way to 80, silly? It's quick. From 70 to 80 is so quick. It was only slow because I'm not sure, did you log out at 71? You did hit 80? Why does it say you're 70? Oh, it was telling me you're 73. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, so wait, who's in here right now? I'm so lost. Yeah, I'm spending time with the wife. Oh, you're boosting me tonight? Yeah, we're doing some boost tonight. Talking about retail, talking about life, talking about everything. Oh, talking about all this stuff, I actually owe you guys an interesting fact. That's another thing I like to drop on people. And the one I came across today was, where is it here? Where is it here? Did you know giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? There's only been 5 well-documented fatal lightning strikes on giraffes between 1996 and 2010. But their total population was 140,000 at that time. So that makes it 0.003 lightning deaths per 1,000 giraffes each year. This is 30 times equivalent fatal rate from humans. Dropping that knowledge bomb on ya. Berries in it, deluxin. You don't know shit makes sense. Damn poor giraffe ducks. I heard you were slacking big time on the guild. He says it's his guild. I said no guild, and you're like, make a guild. I'll lead it. I'll run it. And now he says it's my guild. What? What a liar. That's an L. Zampo, how are you tonight? I know I seen your chats, or I can't even remember if I said hello. I read it. I just don't remember if I actually replied to it. Alright, so who still needs in here? Because I have one spot, but I've been like not paying attention enough. And if nobody replies, do I dare say marbles? I mean, I don't think I had that many people. Me, whenever you got a chance. Oh, yes. There we go. I knew I was missing someone. So the only person I have left that wanted in was Ducks. Is that correct? I'm gonna re-put up the looking for group post because that timed out, I just realized. Not a problem, not a problem. Sorry for that taking so long to get you in. I mean, I got nothing else to do, Duck, so I don't mind just hanging out with the chat and the community, talking about everything. De-stressing from today's day at work was actually not stressful, but so busy. It's the Christmas season. So much walking today, so many boxes moved and unpacked, and holy. It's been a long time since my legs have been sore from work. And yeah, today they were quite sore. Plus I've had like this ongoing cold. Dux didn't tell me that he had a flu before he gave me a big old kiss. Now I contracted it from him. He gave me the old bird flu. Good thing it's not fatal to humans. I do have a tune at 60 I can swap to once this one wraps. I mean, I don't mind. We are out here grinding, enjoying our night. Yes, Austin. Being your first time in one of these, make sure you turn on Heroic World Mode before you come on down to us. We're actually not in Ivashara, the dungeon. I've had one person fly to the dungeon and said we're not in there. We're actually south of Dalaran. Working on the Lord's Day. Are you crazy? I mean, I don't know. I'm totally down for Sundays being off, but as far as I've had jobs, there's no such thing as not having Sunday off. Especially during holiday seasons that a lot of product has to be shipped out to places. Everybody's waiting on Christmas gifts or whatever else they need this stuff build with this stuff. Are you lucky enough, Bruzy, to not work on Sundays? I mean, if you have a spot, no one needs sub me in. I mean, that's what at this point things are flying pretty good, so I think we might be able to slide you in at some point here. Yeah, when you hit 71 is when you log out and log back in. If the XP doesn't fix, you have to do it one more time. I've been told that happens from time to time. And how you'll know if it works or not, trust me, you'll know. There is such a massive difference when it's not working to when it does. So you'll know if it's working because you'll be 72. And if you're not 72, then it ain't working. Going to lurk now. Thanks for leveling. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You weren't supposed to tell him. Do I need to be on heroic mode? I did answer that. Also, you're going to want to get checked out for much worse. Oh my god, that was a good one. That was a good one. I give you that. Thankful no work on Sunday for me. Oh, so you're a legit Santa getting people their packages? Yep, that is right. We've been delivering packages over here for quite a while. To your friends, your family, your grandpa and grandma. Basically anyone over the age of 18. appreciate those. I ordered last week. Dark, you clutched up for me. I Yeah, and I even tested them out. I only ship quality. Too bad my freaking videos on YouTube weren't as quality as the product I send out. Frig. No, I don't count them as pre-worn. It's just tested, not worn. It's two separate things. I still sell them brand new. They're brand new still. Tested and worn are two separate things. Dux, do you have Dead by Daylight? I think I've been saying a lot of people want to play that, and I think tomorrow that's what we're gonna send it tomorrow. Probably on stream. Yeah, I think that's what the community kind of wanted, and for WoW, I only got like helping people left for this week. I did all my old raids, did all my delves. I need stuff on the alt, but I'm just like I'm not super worried about that. And I need high mythic keys, but again, I don't really expect getting that done. Too scared. Too scared pugging that stuff. I've been scarred. Dead by Daylight is so fun. Yeah, I play it from time to time. It's I have a lot of fun with it, and I discuss playing other games with my community from like a couple times a month. And we had like Among Us, because what I first was talking about was like, because it was just another event I wanted to do to be able to do giveaways with for you guys. But I wanted, again, keeping it as fair as possible, so I was like trying to think of big multiplayer games, and that's where I recommended like Fall Guys, or even if we went to the website game like Slither.io, just like something that's just silly, and unlike us having skill really actually matters. But then we had Among Us get recommended just to play as a community, as well as Dead by Daylight. So that's what I've been like getting everyone to join the Discord, because I care about my YouTube channel, my Twitch, and the Discord, and that's what this guild thing was never my idea, because that's what I like. Developing a community is what I wanted, and the guild doesn't help me with that as much. I mean, it helps in a way, but not in the way the other three do. Oh, but I need to do my delves and weekly stuff for my vault on your main. What do you mean? We did? Didn't we do like 4 delves on our mains together? Maybe we only did 3. Which then I wouldn't mind doing one more, so then I have another hero piece unlocked. Because at this point I am getting lower where I hopefully don't get duplicates, and hopefully I get my Mythic raid on Tuesday. God, that would be so good. But it's all, oh shit, it's like Christmas week also. Kind of forgot about that. What eye level are you on retail? I'm 704 on retail. And why, the only reason why I talk about a Mythic raid is because I have two buddies that are in like a full-on pretty decent Mythic guild that have full cleared the raid that said they would pull me into like the first couple of bosses that they have on farm and just boost me. And that's what, like, one of them wants me to come play with them, but I said like I'm kind of busy with this stuff right now. I need to focus more on the stream and YouTube than I can on prepping for Myth, because like easily could join either of them and higher than what they're in, because that, like, I've been there, done that, but it does take an time investment doing that on understanding my characters, and I don't got time for that right now. So I'm just gonna take the free boost and just say thank you. Maybe send them a couple free packages, if you know what I mean. Hey Gaming Grammars, how are you tonight? We're just talking about retail, talking about some life, and getting some power leveling done. The guild can be a cornerstone for the community's building process. Well, that's what, like, I had really no drive for it until I actually logged on retail, because we started the guild on Remix, because I've been here. This is where it all started. I've been on WoW Classic the past 4 years. Didn't touch retail in the past like 10. And so I was like on Remix saying, yeah, I really don't care about the guild. The first day I logged on retail, at that time there was 2 delves that were like broken. The extra action button they gave you was like one-shotting the mobs. So I went from fully green 655 gear and just spammed delves 11 over and over and over because I could clear them in like 5 minutes with these things. And that was on a Sunday or a Monday. So I got to like 680 or 690, something like that, in like one day. But then that following Tuesday was the patch that, like, they bricked up the delves, and that like auto corrected the 2 broken ones, because it was Site 9 and Site 9 Culinary Delight gives you a chainsaw. I think that's it. And then the other one was, shoot, what was the other one? The other one was, it's in Hollow's End. Or is that where Site 9 is? Shit, I can't remember, my bad, which ones it was. But either way, they're fixed now. And it doesn't work that way. But then basically what ended up happening was like, okay, now that I can't do this solo and I'm at the point where I just need heroic raid or high mythic keys or myth raiding, I was like, okay, now I need a team. And I was like, okay, I don't got a team. Now I understand why this guild would be very useful. Reread my comment. No, but I need to do my delves and weekly stuff for Vault. Oh, fuck me, on your new main. Oh my god. What is wrong with you? This guy has gone through a main literally every day. We gear up his character. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second, I realize what he's doing. He's just making me gear up all of his characters. Why did it take this long to figure that out? Oh, hey, I finally caught your stream again. My hunters almost made it to 80 the other night. Got to 51. Nice, nice. Well, let's see. We got a 60, 70, 64, 78. Yeah, we got a couple of spots opening up here soon. The booster gets boosted. That's hype. Well, I think that's what it was. It was just like, I mean, I hated that I just found out about that before it got nerfed, but I only found out from it from another viewer in here. Yogi came in and clutched up that day for the delves. But yeah, shit. And then he was like, yeah, nobody's even put a video about it out on YouTube. So I was like halfway through a video, and then I went to bed. I was like, okay, I'll post it in the morning. Cause he's like, this has been like this for a long time. And then the next day they fixed it, and I was like, are you joking me? I feel like you investing the time into this is gonna be huge in the long run. Stick with it. Well, without you guys, it's not possible. So I cannot thank you guys enough, and I honestly appreciate everyone that's been coming back, because it's all because of you guys that I'm able to keep on this grind. And that's what I agree. Like, the community is still small, but it's new, so it's like I'm just been having a blast with it, and I've been putting in the amount of time and effort I've put in is actually crazy. And there's only a couple in the community that actually know some of the behind the scenes stuff that is just like, you wouldn't believe how much I actually believe in this and how much fun I'm doing to do the things I'm doing. But yeah, that's what I'm on that grind, and I appreciate all the love and support I've been getting. So I'm gonna run with it, and a door opened, an opportunity came amongst me in the most random way, and we're gonna give it a shot. How long you on for? Tonight I'm probably like another 2 hours. That's what, like, I was saying, I don't got much to do left on retail, so it's just like hanging out, helping people out, and vibing kind of this week. Because it's just tonight and tomorrow left before the reset, and then we'll do our standard vault stuff. So, and then the delves for some gilded crests. We'll do a night of old content rating and Dragonflight. Maybe spend a bit of time on alts. Do some house collecting next week. But that's what, I don't even know where. I know you can go to the catalog to see where everything drops, but I just haven't even done that yet. It's just taking that 30 minutes to figure out where I need to go for all this stuff, and then start working on that. I was worried I was falling behind in house XP until I was told that you actually only level up your house XP from collecting decor that you didn't have. So it's something I can, like, if I just sit down and grind, I actually can catch back up. And then I noticed level 6 says coming soon, so you can't even get past level 6 right now. Go to pop. Can I switch to an alt? I think we can. Who all still needs a Sholin? I know he's in here. He said he needed a boost. Any else? If you're in the chat right now and you need a XP boost, let me know. See who all still needs in. And if somebody wants to bring in an alt, who all needs alt brought in? I have a demon hunter I want to level, but I could wait a while. That's what I think. I mean, I have no judgment before if it's an alt or a main. It should literally just usually do first come first serve. But I've been horrible tonight on tracking who's been first come first serve. So we've been just kind of rolling with it. But none of it's been like a big enough wait list tonight that I've had to break out the marble game. I think everyone's been pretty fair between each person. Is your character trolling in the is it in the community or the guild? Oh, I actually noticed I have it pending for the guild. Oh, it's myself. What a mess. Not a problem, not a problem. Very. I don't think so. What's the guild name? Well, you don't have to join the guild name. That's not a requirement. I was just curious, because I'm trying to invite you into the group to get leveled. But that's the only reason why I asked, because I know you've been here before. I just didn't know if you were in. But that's what you could either join the community if you're Alliance. You can let me know your in-game name and server you're on. Battle.net friends, guild, whatever way you want to get invited, we can do it that way. Remember when you said you were going to level the 24 alts? I had a remake? Yeah? I asked you to come in here. I added you, but I can join the guild? Well, yeah, that's totally up to you. I mean, more the merrier in the guild. We're trying to get the guild running for midnight and before midnight, but that's totally up to you. The one thing I say to everyone, as long as you're fully aware, there is no ambition to do mythic raiding in our guild. 0% chance it's happening. But we're plans on doing normal and heroic raids, and we plan on doing mythic plus keys. But there will be no mythic raiding. I myself, we've been discussing back and forth. I might end up going with like a random ass guild to do mythic raiding once or twice a week for like that. I love raiding, and so it might be a bit of content, maybe just something I do personally. Not quite sure on that yet, but that's not even a certain thing. But my actual in-game guild has no expectation of mythic raiding. There's just to form a group for something like that, the time committed and stuff like that is not something I can do myself. And Duck sucks, so you do not want him raid leading you. But if you decide you want to join the guild, Guild Finder type in Darkened Blood if you're Horde. I'm the only option. If you're Alliance, you have to join either the community and then whisper me and I'll send you the link, or if you're in the party, I can send you a link. There's different ways of going about it. Big Rig's in here. We got a Demon Hunter that needs leveled. The Mage was in here. The Mage was who? I think Austin's the Mage, right? Or I'm wrong. I think the Mage is Austin. Austin, at 71, you gotta relog to fix your XP. So just log out quick and log right back in. And then if you don't ding 72, then log out one more time and back in, and then you'll ding 72. And we plan on meme queuing Arathi Basin. Yeah, like we'll get some meme BGs going for sure, for sure. And honestly, like if there's enough of you guys, like I know there's a couple of you guys already that like PvPing to, I don't know if I'd say high level, but let's just say high level. They might end up forming something. That's just something as of right now. I have no ambition to kind of pursue that, but I am open to that type of stuff. It's just like, just stepping back into retail after so long, there's literally like 100 abilities I've never seen in my life. So I can't PvP at a hardcore level and not understand the game. Those things just don't go hand in hand. So that's why right now PvP is like off the table for me, but there are some people in the guild that do it. I barely have time for LFR rating. I missed it, but no time with work. Well, that's what I'm hoping. Kind of like what me and Dux have discussed mainly, but kind of like the guild. We want to have like I'm gonna use the word serious, but take that with a grain of salt. And all I mean by that is like we're gonna have a main team that will clear the content within like the month or two. But then we want to be able to help people that have busy lives. Because even amongst me and Doc, I'm right with you with that stuff. Like sometimes I understand life can be very hectic and you don't have time to do the things you like. So that's one of the reasons why I started like these boosts, is because I totally get that. And we want to take that into retail, but we want the understanding with everyone, like we aren't just a boosting guild. Like we would like to be able to help people out and give boosts from time to time, but that is like not the only thing we're doing. And like if you're strictly coming for the guild, this is the guild I'm talking about. If you're strictly coming just for boost, like it's probably not going to be the greatest home, because in a guild that wants to help boost, it's like a give and take thing. So like if we help you out later down the line when you catch up, you're able to come in and help the next person out, because like that's the biggest difference on Legion Remix. I got strong enough to carry everyone. I carried 4 people through M+. I was carrying 29 people through raids, 19 through Mythic raids. But on actual retail, you can't do that. So that's what, throughout retail, if you get a Mythic Plus boost, get some gear, you learn the fights, hey, now you're ready to like help someone. We're hoping you pass the favor. So like in the next time, if we have 3 people in the run and we need one more, you come in to help us boost that 5th person. And that something like that is kind of what we're hoping to get done, is where it's like if you get helped, you're able to at some point give back and help the next person, because it's going to require in a Mythic key 3 or maybe even 4 people to be playing at a decent level or having an X amount of gear to be able to boost one person. you could try and develop your own Mythic team. It's not basically not a shot because over like let's say an expand. See, I don't know how long patches are for raids on retail these days, but let's assume it's 6 months. That might be too much, or that might be too little. I really don't know. For majority of the people, I would say it usually takes somewhere between 2 and 4 months to clear the entire Mythic raid. And that's like kind of taking it somewhat seriously right out the gates, where I could not put in that much like development of players, strategies, so on and so forth. I couldn't put in that amount of time, where in normal and heroic, like I plan on doing it 1 or 2 nights a week, and I plan on having it full cleared within the first month to 2 months. Where at that point now you're only leaving 5 months to 4 months left. And somebody that's been like tryharding right out of the gate usually takes that amount of time. Like getting the last boss would basically be never possible, in my opinion, without like massive time sink and between my real life and then trying to make content as well. Like I don't have that time whatsoever. And but like would it be possible after like 3 months or 4 months to do like the first couple on Mythic? Yeah, probably. And could that be discussed? Maybe. Maybe. But like getting the last boss or the like basically the hard bosses in Mythic, like there's just no. I joined the community on my Demon Hunter. When you get a spot, thank you so much for my warrior. Sounds good. Not a problem. Yeah, okay, I got a couple of spots available. I have 2 spots, and Big Rig can reset, log out to get his thing. So I have like 2 to 3 spots. Ducks, if you want in, I got you. That would be time, but could be content also. Yeah, I don't know if that goes like, I don't know if somebody wants to watch that type of Mythic raid content. And I feel like I have a very what's the word I'm looking for? My patience level is very good. But I'm gonna have to assume there is a limit to it, and I don't feel like testing that. Like, I mean, I've been very good amongst our Mythic keys where I've had some very interesting things happen, and I've yet to like get angry or rage, and I've been level-headed through them all. But I think after like 3 or 4 months of Mythic grinding with, well, like not vetting anyone, because my community is very new and it is very small. So pretty much anyone and everyone would get in to start. So like there would be a massive difference between the worst and best player. So like that's what like, I don't know if I want to test that. Let me just go out here, vibe, set up a fairly comparable group, and then we'll work in the less comparable players so everyone kind of gets where they need to go. And then we're doing content that like we can overgear, and then let's just like keep it nice vibes. And that's what like people can be in multiple guilds like that ain't a problem with me at all. And I've been like full forth of like not having everyone even joining the guild. Like the Discord where you can be in 1,000 discords, that's like the most important spot to be. So if people decide like they want to Mythic raid at some point, like I'm full for them giving it their shot. I don't even think Mythic and Heroic is two separate lockouts. Now, is that continuing Midnight? I actually don't know that. I'd have to check that out. But that's what, like, you could Mythic raid with one guild and do Heroic raiding with us or something like that. You're the Demon Hunter? You're the Major Logging. Okay, let me get chillin' here. Oh, shoot. This needs to be that. Perfect, perfect. And then there we go. And then I'll have one more spot in just a second here, guys. He's level 79. You thought you added me? Maybe someone else? That's what my friend list has gone so full, and we've had like throughout a week, I would say we have roughly 100, if not even maybe even more, or maybe it's less. I don't know. It's somewhere between like 60 and 120, I would say, unique people throughout the week. And then each stream I get like roughly like 200 to 400 unique people coming in and out. So I've had so many friend requests, unless I have set a note to a person, what's their Twitch name, and depending on how many times you've been in the channel, it's been getting difficult keeping up with everyone, unfortunately, and I apologize for that. Um, but I've noticed I have gotten better with people's names. That's one thing out of everything that I've done so poorly. I've noticed the more I've been streaming, the better I've been at remembering everyone's name and whatnot. You have two spot? What? Stop ignoring me, I'm gonna cry. What do you mean? I'm working. Where am I ignoring you? That sounds ideal. Do you know what spec you're gonna main at midnight yet? No. No, not. I'm gonna have more than one character, and I won't have a main because I've always played at a high level, so I'm used to having like multiple characters the exact same high level, playing to like the exact same high. You're not. I sent you an invite. What the hell you mean you're not in the party? You literally left the party. I literally had you in my party. There is not a shot. You left it at some point. But yeah, so I'll have multiple characters and multiple roles. That is equally geared and equally played to a high level. Like, I'm very competitive, and that's what pushes me to do that. I've been and always probably will be a massive fan of Warcraft logs, and I love seeing my name up on that leaderboard. That has been the sole reason I ended up getting into a Race to World First guild, and somehow becoming an officer, which that was questionable, but I believe I just got that because of my mass knowledge of the fights and class and specs. The sweat team and the chill team, yeah, I like to pass it forward type thing. Yeah, I guess you have to find the mind sweats for that. Well, that's what, like, a full-on sweat is gonna look for like somebody that's gonna push Mythic, probably like week 1, week 2, and at the dead latest week 3. And that would never, never, never happen. That takes a a person that can dedicate a lot of time, and for a certain extent, some of them would even play like the beta to practice before the raid even drops. And like, I'll be on beta, and I bought the Epic Edition to be on beta to test classes and that, and probably at some point I will test the new raid in the dungeons. But that's purely for content, because that's my mindset right now, where this is going to be the first expansion ever that I'm not looking at like, how do I get to max eye level and how do I get into mythic rating day one. I'm thinking like, what is best for my community and how can I pull them up with me. So what's like the most efficient way to level? What's the most efficient way to like farm gold or get gear? And at a level that's like, because there'll be paths out there that are great for someone that has a lot of time or has like a very high skill level in the game. And I want whatever I come up with, I'm hoping that it can be either a guide for someone that is very skillful and have lots of time at the game, but also a guide for someone that either is not very good at the game or just doesn't have enough time to grind. So I'm trying to put out something for everyone. I invited the wrong tune. Oh, well, you should have told me that. Maybe I didn't realize you had multiple characters on. I still have one spot. Brew, who all needs in here? Gaming Grammar. There, yeah. Just do that. That helps. Just send me a request at this point. I'm cooked tonight on... Usually, on God, I'm way better at who's who and who still needs in, but not tonight. It's been a long day at work. I'm here to just press my buttons, run in a circle, and be abused. I'm always a bot. It says you. Damn ducks. When is it hunting season? You could make content out of it though. Midnight noobs try to conquer mythic rating. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I could do midnight noobs try to conquer normal mode or heroic, and it's gonna be the same outcome for a while, I imagine. So, and I know for a fact that my patience level is extremely higher than the average WoW player, or let alone all video game players. So that's what I don't know how well that would end up going through. There'd be a lot of raging. And see, the thing is, like, I don't think I'll even have comms public, so you guys won't even be able to hear them raging. Now, is it something I could totally clip and put on like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or something like that? Absolutely. But putting that on Twitch, I don't think I run that risk of somebody getting a little too frustrated and saying some words that, you know, could jeopardize all the effort. Mythic and Heroic have different lockouts for a while. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. It's just you. I read the wrong name I have added. I need a boost on Demon Hunter when there's space. I'm guessing, was this you, Gaming Grammar? This Demon Hunter that just joined? I know there was 2 Demon Hunters trying to get in. Your name has never been on a leaderboard in your life? Oh, really? You want to bet on that one? I'm pretty sure I've even showed you my name on leaderboards. Well, shoot. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Did you add me Bruzy on BattleNet too? So you can just whisper me too when the spot opens? Content, yeah, that'd be content in the end of the stream when some TOS words are spoken. Yeah, yes you should. It's let's see if this work. Oh wait, shit, that's not right. See if this is working tonight. It's not. Like, why is that not working? Did somebody brick my Steamlab? Oh, why is Steamlabs not in chat anymore? Do mods have access to... Do mods have access to Steamlabs? How do I get this thing to rejoin the frickin' thing too? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to mess with that at another time. I'm just gonna have to type it in here. This is my battle tag. Yes, something has happened with Steamlabs. I actually noticed that last stream, but I forgot to check. Make sure none of my mods freaking banned the Steamlabs. But it's not, because it's not even appearing in my list. It was you? Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out what happened. Like I highly assume that's the case, but I wonder why it's not joining in anymore. But I don't remember how to force like add it. Surge Kite, appreciate the Twitch Prime. Thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas. This man can't read. I mean, that's a true. That is a fucking true and a half. Why can't people put like the most basic? Because there's no R in that name. Why do I always read it like that? And his character names, I actually remember his character names because it's this is the guy that renamed his character against that one guy that's like in jail or going through a crime thing right now. I'm almost positive now. It's all coming back to me because his paladin name is something. I thought it was Surge Light, but because that's even a spell that somebody has. But his is like, what was that criminal's name now? I can't remember. It's all coming back to me though. Because we had this discussion the last time I butchered his name. Everyone's about to be viewer 1, viewer 2, viewer 3, that's going to be everyone's new name. No wonder why every other streamer I've watched, they just refer to everyone as chat. Because everyone's out here with the... He isn't even in stream? Well, I mean... I don't... He has to be, right? Because I don't think you can auto-renew Twitch Primes. I think you have to manually send a Twitch Prime. Now, he's a real bro if he's out here manually Twitch priming and he's not even in the stream. That's a peak. That's peak viewership right there. But I'm pretty sure Twitch Prime you have to manually do. So it's I don't believe he's probably here and you're just the worst mod ever. The deduction from your paycheck again. I just finished writing out your paycheck you're getting and now I gotta rip it up. That's on you. I was just about to mail it out to you. It was a 5 and 000 000 000. That was coming. But now I gotta rip it up. You are extremely late? I have to wait for Twitch to give me my money to send you money. And I haven't received any Twitch money. I was supposed to receive it though like a week ago. But I think they're doing something a little fishy over there. Trying to increase the year-end income. Because they delayed my payments. Because they said it didn't work. But they've paid me through the exact same way before. And so they said, we're just going to push your payments to next month. So I think they're doing, you know, like a little something over there for their year-end term profit margins. Yeah, look, Epoch's got the news. Suge Knight is that how it's supposed to be pronounced? So his name would be Suge Kite. Where was his name again? Yeah, Suge Kite. When are you leveling your evoker? I mean, which one? The level 71? I used the 80 boost on, and that was the Alliance one. And the Horde one I used the 70 boost on. And I figured we just spam time walking. I had 2 boosts available. Because I didn't play last expansion either. So I didn't play this one or last. So I had 2 boosts. I guess it's probably actually like this current expansion in Midnight is where the boost came from, right? That probably makes more sense. I imagine the Epic Edition that I bought gave me an 80 boost. I'm guessing that's where that came from. I mean, it is a very different playstyle. Having to hold down your buttons to channel up spells. And maybe that's what, like, since I've been playing, I mean, you have different, like, play styles, but, like, everything kind of felt the same in some weird-ass way, where the new Demon Hunter spec and Evoker they feel like they're one of a kind own thing. Because I mean, I didn't say I didn't like Evoker, but it was like when you're not used to holding down a button like that, I was sending it off in that what did we do? Was it delves or time locking? I think it was time locking. I was butchering that up, that's for sure. I like the Evoker, but not a fan of the dragon form. So I kind of knew that you could be human and dragon form, but I've actually only been the dragon form because I don't know how to go human because I have only played it like one day with the community. Can you heal and do everything while in the human form? Or does it force you into the dragon form? When you're in combat, you're always dragon? Ah, I see. Oh, yawns are coming on. That is not what you like to see. Excuses incoming? No, not quite yet, not quite yet. I gotta get a drink here soon, that's something. And also, what, I know we talked about this the other night, but there's some new people in here, so I want some more ideas. Because, while I'm on my lunch breaks, I am so bored out of my mind, and all I have is my phone, so what, do you guys play any MOBA games, like any gacha games also included? Because I've been playing, like, Summer's War, off and on for, like, shit, like 10 years or something like that. And and I like it. I've never spent money on it, even though it's a massive gacha game. But the one problem I keep running into is like it's time consuming in the fact that like if you don't keep with it, it's kind of hard to keep playing. So I'm just curious what everyone else is playing. Maybe that I'll check them out. And the only other option I have had two options that people suggested. One was Raid Shadow Legends, which I think will just be the same boat of Summer's War, because they are like basically the same game, just different companies, um, but the same like basic shit. And then the other one was I wrote down the name, but there's no shot in hell I pronounce it, and it was like a horse racing game. Or can you accept my warlock into the guild? Absolutely. Oh, there's so many people. Okay, so everyone I just sent an invite to, You'll have to hit J, and in the top left, we'll say you have a pending invite to a guild. Once again, doing Duck's work in his guild, just out here recruiting on the streets. Honestly, I just watched Twitch on your break. I play WoW on my lunch. I'm not even in the guild on this tune. Yeah, some guild leaders, you are running guild. Like Percy's like, don't worry, I'll run this. I know what I'm doing. I'm a pro. For what? Doing nothing. But yeah, I mean, I don't got the pleasure of being able to play WoW on my lunches. And just watching, well, that's what like right now, that's what basically what I do is just watch like Twitch, YouTube, or some TikToks. But no, sometimes you don't just crave gaming. Like literally, that's what happens. I watch a video game and I'm just like, God, I wish I was playing video games right now. You've been 80 for how long, Ducks, by the way? Just now? Sure. He's too busy with his hands and my voice. Ooh, you just hit 80. Yeah. Hopefully that your next one does not take too long. Oh my goodness. I'm an old man. Got one more about to ding level 80. And so we got 60 and then 64 and 24. So there was no hockey game tonight, you were saying, or just not a team that you like watching? Because actually, I'm pretty sure wasn't Toronto playing tonight actually? I think people were talking about that at work. You never asked what my oh, I didn't. That's because at this point, haven't you said every class is your main? Plus, I didn't ask because I realized you were just making me boost all your alts to get them all geared. So at this point, anything could be your main. Every single class is now geared. So I imagine your main's gonna change weekly or daily. No, but honestly, it's gotta be what? New main as in just like new idea or just like because did you go backwards and decided you are gonna play Druid? Or did you pick the only other class left if you were playing a tank? You said it was monk before, you said it was blood death knight, you said it was druid, you said it was warrior. Oh, it's demon hunter then. It's got to be vengeance demon hunter. And that's why I get paid the big bucks. There we go. Apex Hunter hit 80. You have someone for that spot? Uh, I don't know if I do, but like I don't think whoever joins that spot won't be hitting 80. Cause you know my policy on yawning. I don't like it in my videos get all clipped to YouTube, and people are amazing and actually watch my videos on YouTube. So I don't like yawning in them. So if you want, you could probably slide an alt in, but you're just gonna delay how far your current one gets by splitting XP, but that's up to you. Also, how do you have alts that need re-leveled? Did you not delete them all from your main account? I thought you just deleted the 12 of each of your like main characters that you might play and moved them to a higher pop server. Oh, you still had five. You still have 5 on the alt account. You don't mind leveling those because you play your druid? Yeah, and then you boost with your paladin on your other one. I mean, at this point, you probably could have done. Well, I mean, it's not worth the time, obviously, but taking this long to get all your guys leveled, you could have been doing your mythic raids and all your paladin or it probably would have been capped. Because that was like what, 3 weeks ago when you started like really leveling, or 4 even? Did you at least do one raid clear after the patch to get like the new eye level increase? Because that alone actually would have helped a lot. Because that's what like plus 49s became like dummy easy to me with that change. And before the eye level, I had to like pick and choose the ones I could even clear on 49. Yeah, my drink there is out. I had a diet 7 Up and a water tonight, and I drank them both. 1 second. Let me get a drink. I came prepared tonight. I mean, it kind of depends on how much leveling you have, but like, you would kill quite a bit quicker. And you usually do giants, so maybe you can actually start killing them at a good rate that you can wait for them to respawn. At the Christmas party yesterday, they had like a candy guessing game. One jar was full of chocolate, one was full of like suckers and like pop rocks, as I think is what it was. And one was a mix of all of them, and then one was a jar of gummies. And I know I've said I am addicted to gummies, and by some miracle, I guessed that one right. So I got a jar of gummies. Can I hop in on my pal if you got room? Then I can probably just run some raids tonight. Yep, no problem. That's where, yeah, like we won't get to 80, but I can get you as far as we can. Don't worry, we got, I mean, by the time I get some time off work, it's gonna be like Christmas Eve and everyone's gonna be probably busy and can't even like play video games, but my little time off is coming up for in the next couple days where we can maybe start a little bit earlier, go a little bit later. I know we've had a, I don't know, have I ever streamed? I know sometime I've stayed up with the community to like 2 to 4 a.m. I can't remember if I've ever streamed that late. I have to get you to 80? Yeah, I will, just not tonight. Gotcha. When's your 24-hour stream? I mean, I did tell you that. What was my thing for that? Wasn't it like a... It was something to do with my YouTube channel. 1,000 subs? Or like 4,000 watch time. Something like that. Pretty sure that's what it was. The 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, that's when I get a YouTube partnership. And that will most definitely be a celebration. So I would definitely do a 24-hour stream for that. Or at least like a 20-hour one. Shit, I'm so old I might turn into dust if I stay awake 24 hours. But I'd give it a shot. I'd for sure give it a shot. I know. Trust me. That is like a major like regret I have right now. But it's like it's compounded on like I think I like literally the only thing I can do is go on beta to get videos. Cause like it is actually so like I don't want to use the word dead, but like retail WoW getting like stuff out there. There's like nobody's wanting to do anything. So it's like, what do I even put out for that? And so then like my only thought is like to put out stuff we do on stream, but our community is so small, I can't like do any of these like ideas I had till we grow. So that's what like that plus mixed with I have still, it's half done, if not fully done, basically, a quick gearing guide on how to gear from 655 to like 690, 700. But I was hoping, I was holding out for this week when they were supposed to fix delves, hoping they fixed it, because at the one part of the video it talks about those two broken delves. Um, and I was hoping that either them or some other one comes back because like obviously if we were able to do something like that, that really changes up like the pathway of what you should be doing. So that's what I was trying to I was holding that out for a bit to get that fixed, but then other than that, I haven't really cooked up ideas and then it really bugs me and maybe it shouldn't and because it didn't before where I was like for Legion Remix, I knew I had like the best strategies and I was like beyond confident. Like that knowledge alone, everyone wanted it. So even though the quality was so shit, it was like I was alright with it. But now like I'm going into, in my opinion, like I don't know the ins and out of retail. So like some of it's like, I don't know, I'm not as like confident in what I've kind of put out since Legion Remix. And between mixing that with my shit editing skills and unknowing how to do it even really, like I don't have a Photoshop thing, so I can't like make slides of its own thing. Like that's where like my quality of the video is just like I don't like not being able to do it like very polished, and that like bugs me. Could do achievement runs. Achievement runs on what? Remix or retail? And you mean like with the community or for a YouTube video? Like that's what like any achievement thing, there's gotta be a video out already, like because we're like at the end of this expansion. That's what I don't think there's any guide I could do that hasn't been done, and like I don't like taking people's stuff. Like I that's one thing I've done differently is I will like if someone else does it good and does it, I will shout them out and send people to it because in the end I'm just one of you guys trying to find a good video that tells me what the hell I need to be doing. And the only reason why I started making videos because there was literally nothing for remix like that. So since I've like done that and a couple of videos ended up coming out a little later that were actually good, I've shouted those people out up. Like the quickest way um to max out your XP gains by using the trial account. I've told people about that, told them to go watch that video. I've told about this EU guy that beat my world record in how fast I leveled. And what he ended up doing was good. And he also does in that same video solo leveling from 10 to 80 that he shows like his questing path that he takes. And he does 10 to 80 with max XP boost solo, no boosting, in like an hour 20, I think it was, by doing a certain quest path. So like I've showed that out where I laughed my butt off so much when I seen this for the first time. When I put out my what would it have been, like my fourth or fifth video about the Sarmar quest line, one spot that you could like run into the zone, kill all the mobs, loot, and run out of the zone, and like it would reset the spawn of all these mobs. So that was like a really good open world farm that they ended up nerfing it. But I put that out first, and I watched people reference my video, but not like include my name, and then make excuses of why I put it out before them. Like that shit was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. That I rewatched his videos 3 times to hear what he had to say about me, and I just laughed and laughed and laughed. I was like, is this what it's like out there? Are people that like cutthroat at other content creators? I was just laughing. It was the funniest shit I've ever heard. Like that's what if you put out something as a WoW player that I think is good, I will, if I remember your actual name, I'll tell you the name, but if not, I'll just tell you what to search, because that's where like the EU guy, I think he was from EU. I actually don't remember his name, but the how I got to it was somebody commented in my leveling one that somebody beat my time. I went through that guy's post to the channel, and then yeah, I just watched some of his videos. Now it's none of it's in English, is why I think it never got recommended to me in the first place. Because during that time, I was like looking at every video, but I think there must be some like region lock type thing that it doesn't really appear unless you like go directly to it. Haven't seen any YouTubers do that for content, like Fun Fridays or something, use AI, like community or post on YouTube, everyone at the end or something. Well, we do, we haven't done guilds yet, but like once a week, we have been doing Dragonflight raids on retail because they're not legacy raids, so you want a group to run them for mounts and transmogs. So we did that this week, and we plan on doing that every week going forward. Because the more people in the run, the more loot you get, which then is a higher chance of getting them out. Ding, is anyone waiting for a spot? Thanks. Not a problem, Fairy. I don't think anyone's really, I don't think anyone's waiting. We're just like, I'm trying to get this Demon Hunter as high as possible. But if I'm not going past 1 a.m. So I don't know if he's gonna get there by 1 a.m. But it was either get him to 80 or 1 a.m. is like my dead end cutoff, because I'm not quite done my grind IRL yet. And today was a bitch of a day. I made a free goal guide on some nasty and got some nasty message about it. I mean, I freaking believe it, dude. I couldn't imagine. Now, see, if I was I don't know, I don't want to say the average person, but if I was someone else, they probably like would do a in their next video or even a personal message to the person, just like blasting him back. I just thought it was hilarious what he was saying about me. That stuff like that, just I just laugh at that stuff. It's so funny. That's why when Dux comes in here and roasts me, honestly, does not faze me at all. Oh my god. Frig me. Choking on something. I don't care though, it was for everyone. I'm here to help. Well, that's what so basically this is not me saying this. This is I put out videos. Well, okay, I did that part, but then the comments said like uh a person said something along the lines of like, thank you for being like the first content creator that like puts out stuff that they don't keep secret until basically everybody knows about it and it's about to get nerfed. So like that's what somebody wrote, and that was like my whole approach was literally that, because in the end I keep saying it, I'm one of you guys, and I've had that where it's like, oh my god, look at this sick farm, and then the first pin note is like, it's been patched. But so that's what, like, when I figured out the quest thing, the quest thing was like, I tested it for 15 minutes, boom, I threw it up, and then everyone was doing it. The Arcway thing was like, and by the Arcway thing I mean is like, I was so early on that. I think like maybe it was the day of them nerfing open world farms where everyone was forced to do Mythic Pluses, where I just put out a video saying like the best way to now farm infinite power was Arcway, and kind of showed why, and how everyone that was around me at that time, because it wasn't popular amongst everyone, but the people that knew, like, we were 300-400 versatility, and we're talking like right after they just nerfed us back to 200. So I put that out that Tuesday that they nerfed open world farming, and that video, my quest one, and my leveling one were my most popular videos. I've never said a poor word against you ever. You're right. I've honestly, I think you've probably scared people away. I bet you there's been one single person at least that you've said like, this is the worst stream ever, and then somebody believes that, and because I follow up with like, true, and I guarantee you someone's like, I gotta get out of here, this is the worst stream ever. No, there was one thing, uh, actually, like the other day, that could have been uh taken like actually bad, because when I read it, and I was like, if you don't know ducks, this could easily be taken badly. I can't remember what it was. I think it was no, not yesterday, because we didn't stream yesterday. It was in the last stream where I streamed. I just can't remember what he said. I was like, oh goodness. There's a couple of community I follow that keep stuff semi-private, like they don't advertise it, but anyone has access to it if you know what you're looking for. I probably watched them and didn't even know, to be honest. You have some OnlyFans videos that are pretty popular. Yeah, I mean, that's what it. At least if my WoW community Twitch goes down in flames, we'll just swap over to OnlyFans and continue the content there. At this point, I bought this $5,000 computer. Might as well put it to use, right? I just I watched your Sarmar Farm one. Well, that's what I in some of my streams I've said like people probably don't even realize, but if you are active on YouTube, you and like looked up Legion remix guides, there's pretty much 100% chance you watched one of my videos because that first month of Legion remix, I mean, kind of in biased opinion as it is me, but I think without a doubt I had the best content. It was scuffed. It was a horrible quality, but what was in it was like the best you're gonna get. Like that's what I am embarrassed on how shit I am at like putting a video together. But what's in it is good, and that's why I'm like kind of nervous of putting anything out right now because I don't it's not. I mean, it's just straight up not the quality of content that's in it what I want to keep my standards to. And I've created like 4 videos now that I was like, you know what, this actually just ass, and I just delete it. I'm trying to put out stuff there that is like I keep it as short as possible with like just good information. So if it doesn't reach that, that's where I'm just like, ugh. I've been more picky on things because I think it was my housing video that I was like, you know what, I really don't think this lives up to what I'm trying to do. And not everything will, but I don't know. I'm trying to set my standards high for myself. The one thing I like for the housing one, it was hard to like keep it short and be like very good information, and maybe like there needs to be a draw off that sometimes a video is going to be long if I go into like massive detail, but it's like I don't know, you go back and forth on like how much actually needs to be said. But if I think of myself, like when I came to retail and I watched some people, it's like now that I know what I'm looking at, the guides are not that bad. But when I watched it, when I knew nothing, I was like, again, another pointless video because I understand what you're trying to tell me, but it's like go do this quest, it gives you a legendary cloak. And I'm like, where is the first quest even begin? So I knew I had to go get the new campaign quest cloak because it was 7:30. Well, it's actually not even 7:30 because that was another thing. It was like, okay, you're gonna have a 7:30 cloak. Where's this quest line for this cloak thing? How long? I've been doing this quest line for 3 hours. I still don't have the cloak. Did I fuck something up? They don't tell you how long it's gonna take, and then after you get the cloak, they don't tell you like, hey, you need to talk to this guy, put your points in to get to 7:30. So that's where like some videos after like coming back to retail and any new person returning to WoW, you actually need to like super dumb it down because like I knew nothing after coming back in 10 years. And I still am kind of, well, I am still like that. Like that's what I've been relying on you guys who have been playing in retail to tell me like what I should be doing. Because even though the past like 4 years I've been playing, I've been back on WoW because I quit retail WoW like 10, 11 years ago. But then 4 years ago I returned to WoW, but I've been on WoW Classic like since then. I've been playing since Wrath of the Lich King came out. Get them toe picks ready. I'd rather see scuffed and early than polished and late. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I hope hopefully everyone has that opinion because that's like the definition of what I will exceed at is that. Because I'm very competitive, I literally push myself to get like the on the top of everything. And a lot of the times when the people I've been playing with over the years play in Race to World First Guild, so they need to have like literally the best thing or they're so screwed. So I usually get wind of certain things from that. But that's what like I don't know if it's possible in general, but at least like with my editing experience, I could have a week and it'd still be the worst thing you've ever seen. But just like if I only have like an hour to put something out to get it out as quick as possible, it's just gonna be the worst thing you're ever gonna see in your life. It just is. I don't know what I'm doing at all on that. Like right now, I currently use two things I'll use to record is Streamlabs and my graphics card, like NVIDIA GeForce app. Those are the two things I use to record, both video and audio. And I don't know if like that's even right. I don't know what people use. And then for editing videos, I just use a paid sub into CapCut, I think is what it's called. That's all I use. So I don't have no like photo editing shit. I don't have anything. And I seen you said use AI. I've used like ChatGPT sometimes for thumbnails. I mean pretty much every time for thumbnails after I learned that I could do it like that. But that's like that's the extent of all I know. I have someone at work that was showing me a bunch of like AI videos and like but that's what like even if I use AI, at least the ChatGPT, like sometimes they don't do at all what I'm trying to have it do for a thumbnail, so like I can't even use it. And that's why like on the down low, I use like my cell phone and like an iPad. So when I run out of attempts on the PC and I move to the phone under that account and then that don't work, then to the iPad, so I get like 3 times the amount of pictures made. But don't tell them that. Because there's like you can only get so many pictures made a day, and I don't know if all AIs are like that. Long isn't the problem, there's not direction. I need to remember WoW stuff can be time sensitive. You could pop out a video and bam, hotfix because someone else was doing it and reported it silently. I enjoy videos that are to the point and not dragged on. I honestly skip through it or find a different video even if it's worse quality. Early bird gets the worm. Well, that's my. I know the what's the WoW term? Uh, exploit early, exploit often, or something like that. Or shit, there's like a word that even was around since the days I played, but basically meant like if there's something that's OP, you better do it ASAP because like it's gonna get fixed. So that was my thought behind of like, let's get this shit out ASAP. Once I know it works and confirmed it works, just send it. Record a video, scuffed as possible, and just post it. Because like that's what I never had any idea that I would continue into creating stuff. I was just doing it to help people. but then it bloomed into people wanting more, and then people wanting me to stream, and then now we're here. And I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? One of Asmongold's old video that was super scuffed showed up when I was looking for info the other day, and it was still useful. Use AI to learn honestly, and use AI to help. Most people are just assuming AI mostly. I mean, when you say AI, like what website AI, or is there something completely different that I am unaware of? Try looking into view stats. Most AI will give you free credits or X amount per day. Like, make your videos, keep them up. You'll never know. Well, that's what actually, like, frig, what would it have been, like 14 years ago? People that's been in the stream for a while, I've kind of talked about this story, is like, if you go way back to the start of Twitch, I actually did some streaming then. So this is like 14 years ago, something like that, and I've explained like streaming now and then is completely different on so many aspects. But I did stream on Twitch way back then. I didn't do it too long. And I was fairly big back then as well. Like I mean, let's see. This is a little thing I've showed before, and it's just like it's something, it's neat. It's a little story. Where the hell, how do I do this again? I always forget. Okay, let's see here. Okay, now how do I share this portion again though? One second, one second. Is it this? I think it's this. Yeah. It's not this. Oh, it's sharing this screen over here. Okay. Okay, so this. Oh, now I can't see the chat. One second. Hopefully I didn't leak anything important because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so you can see my screen, my follower stuff, right? My Twitch followers. Yeah, I probably just did, but it's too late now. If I scroll all the way down, I have to go down for quite a while because a lot of these are my new viewers, but I actually had a small, well, but see, at this time it was like having 100 people watching you, like 50 to like 300, was that fairly big? Did I? No shot I did. How did you catch that quick? No shot you seen them in this when I was doing that. And there's other ones on here. I just have never like gone through this, but this is the one that you just brought up, so I know you know this person. Um, where was it? How far did I go by him? Oh, I did. And watch this. When I open this, you could be like, this is a fake account. Yeah. This was before Asmongold was on, because Asmongold did YouTube when I did streaming. So when, and I had to quit streaming for personal reasons. Um, and then yeah, not to say we swap, but it was the opposite. I mean, he was creating content well before me on YouTube. It was just I was on Twitch before him because I've always played WoW at like a high-end level. Um, but yeah, that's a little Easter egg. And actually, like when I returned to WoW in whenever WoW Classic Wrath came out, I actually had no, I don't want to use anyone like that. Like I don't want I want to grow on my own with my own community, not farming someone else's stuff. But when I came back to WoW, um, what's it called? In Wrath Classic, I had someone message me that was in my Race to World First guild, and he messaged me. He's like, "Man, your name looks familiar. How do I know you?" And I was like, "I don't have a clue." And for some reason, he went to some website that lets you search names on when you followed someone on Twitch or something like that. And he sent me a picture of it. Let's see. Fuck. I don't know how I'm gonna do this without like mega leaking shit. If I even still have that. Let's see if I don't even, yeah, I think it's cooked. I don't think I'll be able to share this part. Because I'm gonna leak like crazy messages. But he sent me a picture of him following me how many years ago? Oh, wait a second. Actually, there's not much I don't think I'm leaking here. I don't think. we're gonna send it, I guess. We're gonna test it out. So this was the conversation. So this was a raider in my Mythic guild. Or not Mythic guild, my Race to World First guild. And I just said basically that. That I was like, that's so funny. What are the odds? Like 10, 15 years later, whatever it is between that, you run into a person that used to watch you. I don't miss playing at high levels was toxic for me. I mean, it's very toxic, but I have very high patience, so like that stuff never bothered me, and that's why I can mesh between both high and low. What did I miss in my 2 hours of sleep? Some leveling, some talking about retail, some talk about random stuff, a little story time, the interesting fact of the day. We covered that. I mean, a bit of just kind of vibing out tonight. No, a long time ago, kind of when it was actually when I returned to WoW for WoW Classic, I tried to message message Asmongold to basically say what's up. How has he been? But obviously my message got lost in the billion people because I didn't follow much WoW after I left. Uh, so like I knew he really blew up. That was obvious. I did see that, but I always seen like his YouTube videos and stuff. And I don't know like how many people he watched stream. So I don't know like if there could have been like 100 other people he watched during that time. So that's what he might not even remember ever watching my stream. But how I even like went to it the one day when I returned, I was like going through reminiscing through my follows list to see if anyone was playing, and then I was like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot that this happened, and yeah, then I went to his stream and it was live at that time. But yeah, and I said like, what's up? I'm returning to WoW after 8 years or something like that I put. But that shit got lost in the 40,000 people trying to type. I legit passed out, woke up, went back to sleep, woke up again and couldn't fall back to sleep. Well, good thing you have an appointment tomorrow. Getting a good night's sleep was the best. Actually, I mean, I always thought it was going to be the best, but after last night, since I didn't stream last night and I actually got like full night's sleep, I freaking woke up like with a cold. Shit, getting full night's sleep, your body realizes it's been sick for how long. So that's why I was like, you know what? I don't need sleep no more. I'm gonna go to bed after my appointment and ask my doctor for sleeping meds. Weird, I didn't wake up with a cold. I mean, must be nice. I was I at work today. Do you ever like say a joke then realize like maybe you don't know that person well enough? It was that now you're probably gonna have freaking HR or your boss like giving you heck. Cause it was like I said this to a guy at work today because he was off sick and I came in this morning. I was like, God, I think I have a flu or a cold, and I was like, we shouldn't be kissing in our downtime. and and I mean I know of him and he's around, but I don't know if I know him enough to be saying a joke like that to him. So that's what we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a week and see what happens from that. I thought I missed stream yesterday, but then I saw you were. Yeah, no, by the time I finished work and then I went to a Christmas party, and by the time I was gonna get home from that, it was like I only maybe had like an hour before I had to get off and go to bed. So that's what I just went to bed right away. If you love lore, I've been trying to cook up something that like ties a bunch of stuff together, 'cause like again, this is just what I've heard, that there is no real fight between Alliance and Horde, and I think that's what like shit. I miss the good old days of a good old fight between Alliance and Horde. So like I've been cooking up a little story that's gonna go along with some events of how basically this community is gonna overthrow this shitty old Horde council, place me as the new war chief because we don't run this shit by council. By the way, I am even though I play Alliance, that's because I've been blackmailed, held hostage by my community to play Alliance. I am a Horde main, and I know that some people don't really like that, but I'm here to cause mischief and mayhem. So we're gonna place myself on the throne, become the war chief of Horde as the new leader. We'll branch into some more events. Damn, I thought we had something special. Turns out you're kissing everyone. So Walmart didn't reply to me with that application. Now I'm looking at other places. Well, also from somebody that has been working now for a while. If someone doesn't reply to you, just keep sending them your application. Like sometimes you gotta put out your app like fucking 100 times before you hear from someone. You just gotta keep sending it over and over. That remind me of Home Alone. Don't give me that. You'll be smooching with everybody. Yeah. You are Alliance main? No. I can't make up a six story being freaking Alliance. They're freaking wusses. You left me on Horde. Don't let him lie to you. I'm turning to the Horde side slowly. Oh, you will turn to the Horde side, all right. You will become one of us. One of us. Shit, he's the mind player. Dux is. This was the fifth time with Walmart? Well, if it was the fifth time, you only got 95 more to go. Think of the positives. Oh, maybe we got a fellow Walmart employee. Maybe he can hook you up with a job. A year ago, I wouldn't have thought getting a job would be this hard. I mean, it's a mix of. I think jobs have always been like somewhat difficult to get into. Um, but I know like I've had back and forth. Like I've had tough times getting them throughout my life, but sometimes I don't know. Has it ever been easy? I don't know. Usually you gotta put out a couple things and then like the most recent time on my current job, when I did it, I put it out to 4 spots, and actually the one I went with is like if they all came back to me at the same time, I would have actually went a different direction. But I was looking for like to move up and be in a manager role at a warehouse. So and I was waiting probably 2 months before I heard back, and then like within the same week I heard back from all of them, but because I was already waiting for 2 months, I was like, oh shit, I'm just gonna take this first one that got back to me. So by the time all three of them accepted my uh, offer, I already accepted one of their offers. And I actually, the one that I went with was going to be like my last option, because one of them was actually a government funded one, which would have just went like so hard with benefits and pay and all that stuff. I was the assistant store manager of a Walmart. Well, shit. There you go, Ash. A Walmart in Florida. Right now, I'm also trying a movie theater and a McDonald's. Dude, working at a movie theater would be sick. There's no shot it would not be awesome. You just go somehow sit in, watch basically every movie. I don't know if I could have ever worked at a McDonald's. I don't know if that was gonna be for me. I did when I was young. I did like retail, and I did like a farm store type thing. But then I went like right into factory, and then from factory I went to like a warehouse. So that's kind of been where I've been most of my life, is now warehouse, but then trying to swap to the tech field now. Not sure about stateside, to be honest. I'm in Canada. Most of the time it's due to availability. The guidelines are very strict now for hiring. Come on, you're still young and hip. I mean, there's definitely people younger and there's definitely people older, but I don't know. I don't know what I'd fall under if I'm considered young or old. I think I'm like literally in that middle part. I mean, I'm playing WoW, so basically that roughly tells your age for the average person. If you grew up with it, then there's your age. Oh, it's not a problem, Ash. I don't expect anyone to stay all the time. Just whenever you guys are around, I appreciate it, and if not, enjoy your life. Live your life to the fullest. And if that doesn't, if the community doesn't grow like that, we'll try another route later on and turn this into like a little sweatshop where I force everyone to be here 24/7 and I pay them pennies. But that's plan B. We're still on plan A. And we'll rename the channel to Yikes. It's 1. It is 1. How far did everyone get? 63, 42, 54? Yeah. Thanks ducks for ducks like a snake. Thanks for watching out. I'm 18 and play WoW. Yeah, I think you're like not as many people doing that. Like when I first started playing, the youngest person I played with back then was I think 7. So even they would be like, how old would they be? 20? Because I think I was like 12 or 14. And they were in, I played with like his parents, but he was in the guild. So, yeah. He'd be in his 20s then. Part-time, you have to be available for 3 shifts and 2 closes, and both Saturday and Sunday. So basically, you're gonna be gotta be able to close on weekends. Can be available 1 day of the week for full time. You got available 50 hours a week from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. or they don't really consider you. Are you directly applying or using a third-party website? Well, maybe, yeah, maybe it's the availability thing that, because, I mean, he knows better than me. I just assumed Walmart would hire everyone. A lot of those, like, Walmarts, McDonald's, basically any fast, high corporation, lot of people in and out the doors. I would assume they'd accept most people, but it could be like an actual availability thing that's the only thing that shuts you out. Or they're stricter than I realize, which could very much also be a thing. I just go into some of these stores sometimes and I'm like, you got a job? Try and store. They use an AI scanner because how many applications they get, it scans for keywords on your resume. Okay, so Ash, what you need to apply on your resume is the words slave, will do anything, available 24/7. Will take minimum wage, and doesn't require sleep. I think that pretty much sums up all the keywords that would be very pleasing. Also, I did forget again that I'm supposed to be logging off. So, as always, everyone, thank you for tuning in. It is my bedtime. I appreciate all the subs and the follows tonight. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We'll be live tomorrow again. Every night, and if you can't make tomorrow, basically every night, 9:30 EST until as late as I can go. If you are new to the channel, make sure you join that Discord, and I'll keep you posted on if I start early or if for some reason I can't go that night. And since we've started streaming, including yesterday, I think we're up to 5 total streams throughout the month and 2 weeks. So roughly less than once a week I can't make a night. Night Ash, Night Zampo, Night. Thanks for finally doing something good for the community. You're funny. Add stuff that you know how to use a pump truck, push carts, inventory. Good night and thank you for the levels. Thank you. You have a great night. Everyone, sweet dreams. And we'll see you in the next one. Oh, night, Austin. Thanks for coming to hang out tonight. Good night, Epoch. Good night. See you guys.